Virginia Tech researchers are in the midst of a massive project to document gray foxes across the Commonwealth. WHRO has the story. It's a beautiful morning as Victoria Monette treks through a wooded area on the eastern shore. She carefully looks through the sea of green, searching for a perfect spot.
I look for some kind of pathway. It can be a game trail, it can be a hiking trail like this one.
Monette is a PhD student at Virginia Tech focused on wildlife conservation. Her search is for a sturdy tree trunk to mount a camera. The motion sensor device will take photos of all sorts of wildlife passing by. The hope is to spot one animal in particular, gray foxes. Virginia officials think the species could be in decline. Gray foxes are harvested, and Monette says hunters and trappers have found fewer of them over the past 20 years.
They've had anecdotal evidence that gray foxes are declining, but the nature of the decline is unknown. It's not known if that is actual numbers and there's just a lower population, or if they're just using the habitat differently.
That's where she comes in with the Virginia Gray Fox Project. It's funded by the State Department of Wildlife Resources. Over the past 2 years, the small team put up more than 900 cameras in western and central Virginia, mostly on private land. This summer, they're adding another 500 or so along the coast. At the forest on the eastern shore recently, Monette settles on a red maple facing a stream to set up her camera.
So this is going to be station number 156.
Gray foxes are smaller than red foxes. They're about the size of a house cat and have bushy tails with black tips. They swim, they climb trees, they eat pretty much anything. Many Virginians are familiar with red foxes, but Monette says fewer know about grays.
A lot of people don't realize we have gray foxes here. Red foxes are more comfortable around people, so they're just more visible in people's backyards or in more suburban settings. Gray foxes are a bit more timid, it seems.
Ed Augustine has seen quite a few red foxes playing on his 2-acre property on the shore. He offered up his land for the Gray Fox Project in the hopes of spotting the more elusive species.
I would love to see a gray fox or anything that happens to wander through here. I think it would be really cool to see anything, even if it's just a possum or a raccoon or something like that. It's always fun to see wildlife.
Seeing that other wildlife is just as helpful. Monette wants to learn where gray foxes are, but also where they aren't.
If the gray fox isn't there, it's still necessary information, but also it's important to know what is there where the gray fox is absent.
So far, the cameras have captured critters, including a black bear inspecting the lens, raccoons slinking through the dark, and turkeys crunching through autumn leaves. Plus bobcats, an elk, a groundhog, even an armadillo, and deer. Lots and lots of deer. About half of the cameras picked up red foxes. Only about 16% saw grays. That included a pair playing around up in the mountains. Other states have recently researched their own gray fox declines, such as Illinois and Ohio. They found culprits include habitat loss, disease, and competition with other predators like coyotes. Monette hopes her data can help Virginia decide how to protect the species. The fieldwork isn't so glamorous. After putting up one of the cameras on the eastern shore, Monette brushes off ticks and gets on her hands and knees. She's mimicking the movement of a fox passing the camera.
So this is how we test to make sure it's going to get it.
In about 2 months, she'll be back to take down these cameras and put them up elsewhere in coastal Virginia. Catherine Hafner, WHRO News.